Chapter 6. Robin Hood. The next day, the big white camper van, which Amelia hired in Snowdonia, was being driven by Oliver, who was wearing all his clothes today. Beatrix was pleased to be able to look at Oliver again without feeling totally embarrassed. She looked at him and tried not to smile.
I can't believe you took your clothes off and drove into Coventry. You were lucky not to have been arrested.
But how do you know I really did it? You promised not to look.
Beatrix feels her face turning bright red. She looks away. Amelia, who really wants to be in the driving seat, comes to her rescue.
We didn't look at you, Oliver.
Oliver looks satisfied, but Beatrix can't look at him. For some reason, she is sure he knows that she is a peeping Tom. Amelia looks at her watch.
Come on, Oliver. We want to get to Nottingham before dinner time.
Oliver throws the piece of chocolate he is eating at Amelia's head. She throws it back at him. She is in a good mood today. She had a much more comfortable night in the cosy campervan, and all of them are very excited to be going to the home of Robin Hood, England's most famous outlaw. Beatrix is reading a guidebook.
I think the best campsite is in Sherwood Forest. It says they have a Robin Hood festival every year, and it started yesterday. It says they show different Robin Hood films on a big outdoor screen.
I can't remember any of the Robin Hood films, but it might be fun to watch them outside, as long as it's not raining.
The Robin Hood films are really good. Don't you remember? He lives in the forest with his merry men, and then, whenever any rich people ride through the forest, he takes their money and gives it to the poor.
Yes, I know the story. I just said I couldn't remember the films.
Well, I don't remember why Robin Hood is hiding in the forest.
They say he killed one of the king's deer. The Sheriff of Nottingham hated Robin Hood and was always trying to catch him.
How do you know all these things?
Because she's a librarian, of course. Librarians know everything about stories.
Well, not everything.
Oliver drives the campervan as fast as he can, so they soon arrive in Sherwood Forest. Oliver finds a sunny spot and parks the campervan. They all jump out.
We should get some exercise. Shall we go for a walk through the forest? We just need to remember to look out for outlaws.
Don't be silly, Oliver.
Amelia walks off through the trees by herself. Oliver looks over at Beatrix and puts his finger to his lips to tell her to keep quiet. Then he moves as quietly as possible towards Amelia, keeping himself hidden in the shadows of the trees. Carefully, he manages to climb a little way up a tree, and suddenly, he jumps out on his sister and grabs the purse from her pocket. Amelia screams.
Oliver! What are you doing?
I am the famous outlaw, Robin Hood. I'm stealing your gold so I can give it to the poor.
There's not much gold in there, Oliver. Only a few pennies.
Oliver opens Amelia's purse and looks inside.
It looks like gold to me. I promise you, the poor will thank you for it.
You are so annoying, Oliver. Honestly, it's like being on holiday with a 5-year-old.
Oliver laughs and gives Amelia back her money. Later that evening, they decided to go and watch the film Robin Hood on the big outdoor screen. The three friends push a path towards a clearing in the trees. They can see the big, bright screen in the distance, but just before they reach it, they come to a fast-flowing stream. Amelia gets there first.
Do you think you can get across, sis?
Of course I can get across.
Amelia jumps from the bank, aiming for a small rock in the middle of the stream. But as her foot lands on the rock, it slips and both feet land in the water. Amelia shouts in surprise.
Oh, my favourite shoes!
Amelia climbs out of the water. While she is taking her wet shoes off, Oliver jumps easily across the stream. He holds out his hand to Beatrix.
Can I help you, my fair maiden?
Beatrix laughs and takes Oliver's hand. Carefully, she steps across onto the opposite bank.
Thank you, good sir.
The film is just starting, and they find comfortable places to sit on the soft grass. Amelia is carrying her wet shoes.
Thanks a lot, Oliver. If you had helped me across the stream, I wouldn't have fallen in.
Hang on a minute, sis. I asked you if you could get across, and you said,
Of course I can get across.
Amelia says nothing because just then the film starts and everyone goes quiet for a couple of hours. While they watch the adventures of the brave Robin Hood, the beautiful Maid Marian, and the horrible Sheriff of Nottingham. Beatrix sits next to Oliver and remembers that she should be sitting next to Colin. He had wanted to go to the cinema with her, and here she was, sitting next to a handsome PE teacher who had just helped her across the stream and called her his fair maiden. Beatrix tries hard to think of Colin as Robin Hood kisses Maid Marian, and the film comes to an end.
Oh, what a wonderful story.
yeah, it's a great film, isn't it? It's even better when watching it in Sherwood Forest.
After a while, they get up. Amelia's shoes have dried off now, so she puts them back on. When they get to the stream, Amelia still won't let Oliver help her, but this time she gets across without getting wet. Everyone is feeling happy now. But when they get nearer the camper van, Amelia can see that something is wrong. The side window is broken.
I think someone has broken into the camper van.
What?
Oh no. Do you think anything is missing?
All three of them run to the camper van and see that it has, indeed, been broken into. They search everywhere and, at first, they don't think anything has been taken. But suddenly, Amelia comes out of the biggest bedroom. Her eyes are red from crying.
I can't believe it. Someone has taken my wedding ring.
Really? But why did you leave your wedding ring in the camper van, sis? Why aren't you wearing it?
I haven't been wearing it for weeks. Not since Peter and I started talking about divorce, but I brought it with me because I didn't want to leave it behind. Now some outlaw has stolen it.
As Amelia cries harder, Oliver and Beatrix look at each other. They are both thinking the same thing. Could it have been Robin Hood? And would this outlaw soon be giving Amelia's wedding ring to the poor?